Hi there makers, it is Jo here from Minerva, and today I've got a learn to sew video for you. I'm taking a look at how to work with darts if you have a fuller bust. I've got some techniques to show you how to change the darts up, because if a pattern has darts they're not necessarily going to be in the right place, and often patterns are drafted for a smaller cut size. So if you want room for a larger bust, there's a couple of different routes that you can take. Today I'm wearing the Harlow top from Stylark. It is an open neck top with a little swing hem, and it ordinarily has a bell sleeve at the bottom, but I like the whole shape of the top, so I just cut the upper sleeve and omit the bell sleeve. I have made it with the bell sleeve before. It's a lovely evening top, but for every day I just use the upper sleeve. This is a modal challis fabric and it's called Dawning Daisies. It's really beautiful, comes in 4 colourways. But when I made it the first time, I found that it was just a little snug in the darts. So on this one, I created a curved dart. Here is my dart, and it's all pinned and tacked down. And I've used a tacking thread there to show the original straight line of the dart going out to that apex there. A little bit pointy, takes a little bit too much fabric. And so I'm going to curve it off on the inside of the dart line. It stays original at the end of the dart leg, but it nips about 2 centimetres or 1 centimetre off the end here. You don't want to make it too small, so you want to go no more than 3mm on the inside of that original stitch line or tack line of the dart. Back tack at the end and sew to the narrow end, adding that slight curve on a short stitch length 2.5. You can knot off the end. You can see it's curving off, and it's just made the dart a little bit shorter, and there's a little bit more fullness and a different shape to the dart. It makes it a little less pointy, but it gives lots of 3D space here, but it doesn't go quite as far as before, but you get a nice rounded shape. You'll be pressing this dart down so that when you come to do the rest of your construction, everything still has the same distance. So I've curved at the end, but I've kept the original dart width at the side seam so that everything fits together. I'm just going to put together the rest of this top now. So I've got this lovely bit of bust room here, and I'm going to put together the rest of the Harlow top. When I wear it, it has a little bit more side comfort. If you have a t-shirt, top or blouse that doesn't have any darts in it and you need room for a larger bust, then you may need to do a full bust adjustment. So you can go and follow that on our Learn to Sew playlist. If you go to the Minerva YouTube channel, go to the Learn to Sew playlist, or you can put in the search bar full bust adjustment Minerva and you'll get our version. It shows you how to flat pattern draft for a larger bust area. Sometimes, if it's an alteration that you do all the time, you get really quick at it. Sometimes the first go seems a little bit complicated, but once you know where your bust apex is, you can add some room for a full bust adjustment. If your pattern doesn't have a dart, so for example the Grainline Studio Scout Tee, and everything about it fits quite well apart from the bust, then you can add a little easing stitch in the side, and that will give you just a little bit more room. It is a pattern that's only drafted for quite small sizes, so if you're narrow in the shoulder or small in the shoulder but have a larger bust proportion to your other body measurements, this might be the way forward for you. This is quite a subtle change to the bust fit. So here you can see I don't have a dart, so I want to create a little bit more space here for a fuller bust. So I've added an easing stitch about 1 inch below the armhole, and I've used a long stitch length, and I'm going to pull up some of the fabric to create a little more volume here. You don't want to have it wrinkled or gathered at the side, but in order to do this you'll need to make the front piece a little bit longer so that you've got some fabric bigger on the front than on the back. When you match your seams up, you're going to ease the longer length onto the shorter length, and you'll need lots of pins. You'll pull up that gather and create a little more bust room here. When it's pinned together, you'll have your pins in the seam, but you don't want to pin down any wrinkles. You want to ease those out as you sew, because you want your hems to match up as well. When you sew it, you're going to forwards and back at the top, And to help with that easing ripple, I'm just using the stiletto to smooth out the fabric along the seam line. It should look virtually invisible, but it does a little bit of lifting there just at the front. So rather than the front pulling across my bust, I've got a little more space at the side. You might have a bigger proportion than this, in which case you'll find it a little more effective maybe. This is my Scout Tee hack where I've put some pin tucks in the front and I haven't put the sleeves in. And it's a really easy fitting summer top, but it can pull a little bit across the front without a dart. So that just gives you another option for a subtle fit change. Sometimes if you have a larger bust and you have one dart in the side, that can end up being quite a whopping big dart, really deep in the fold on the inside, and sometimes it takes all of the fabric out in one place. So you can split that dart into two and you'll get more of a contoured shape at the side of your bust here, and it gives a really nice shaping on a garment that has one dart. If you add two, you'll get a better shape, more akin to a princess seam shape. You can split a dart into two using either your bodice block, or if you trace off your original pattern, you can create more bust room with just one dart into two. So I've done an FBA, or a full bust adjustment, which is giving me more room here, but it is creating this rather large dart here that sometimes can create quite a pointy bust. We want to try and split this into two so that we get a more smoother area here at the bust apex. I've traced off my full bust adjustment. That's created room here, but this big dart here. And you can see that the apex and the waist dart apex are very close. It's so close here that we haven't really got room to split the dart and have two darts going into one area. So the first thing we're going to do is to lower the waist dart and just move that out of the way a little bit. So I've drawn in the center line and taken the dart out to the original places, so I've got more space here, but I haven't changed the waist. Next we're going to take a look at splitting the dart into two. You can make two parallel darts, or you can make two darts that head towards the apex, called a radial dart. We're going to be changing that bust apex at this centre here, but not right now. First of all, we want to look at where we're going to have our two darts heading into the centre. You want them to be about 1 inch apart here. If you have them too far apart, it will get flat, and that whole idea of a dart is to create a 3D shape. So add two new dart positions, and an ideal distance is about 1 inch apart at the narrow end and going out to your side seam. So they'll head in towards the centre like this, and you'll have more bust apex space here. Next you're going to draw in the centre line of your original dart and make sure that is the centre. Give it a little measure, and we've got space above the waist, but now we need a little bit more space above. This is going to nip up and be a little bit pointy if we don't give the bust a little bit more room. So next we're going to give a little bit more room at the top of the apex. So just like the waist dart, I've moved the apex point back a little bit. We don't want everything to be pushed down flat. We want it to have a more rounded shape. This bit is key, so I'm going to take a line that intersects the new dart lines and the old dart lines further back. You can experiment with that. I've just taken it back the same amount as the waist. It's at a right angle, so now the bust apex will be back here. It will create more space in this area. Next we're going to do something a little unusual. So from your old apex out to your new dart lines, you're going to match them up, and it will create a sort of unusual arrow shape. I'll just highlight it so that you can see it. From the old apex onto the new lines and out to the side seam. I'm going to cut the top one along that unusual shape and leave a little pivot paper at the end. And then I'm going to cut the lower original dart line and leaving a little bit of paper at the end. This is now movable, and we're going to slide the old original dart lines together. You can tape this in place and then cut your new lower dart leg and pivot at the point again, and a little bit of paper will fall off at the back. You can see there's the original dart in the middle and the two openings for new darts that we've created on either side. You want to try and make these darts about the same size each, or you can measure accurately and make sure they're both equal. It's up to you, it'll be a style choice. You then add a piece of paper underneath and stick down the spare paper to create the two new darts. We've still got that old apex point we're dealing with, so we want to create a new one. So join up that original intersection line. It will create a slightly zigzag shape, and find the centre of that new line. That will be the end point of your new dart. So your darts now will finish here, here, and of course your waistline one finishes here. You can see it's created more space for the bust area. Next, we're going to take that apex line out to our original dart spaces. So we've now got two equally sized darts. It's getting a little confusing here now. So this is the top dart and this is the bottom dart. We're now going to retrace this off. So there's the old one, here's the new one with two darts, and we're going to draw the centre line of the darts. So measure the legs, find the centre line, and we're going to fold them as if they were fabric, and this will true up the side seam and the dart legs. Make sure the lines are matched up accurately. Press the paper or tissue and then cut to the new side seam. This will allow for a little bit of extra fabric at the end of your darts. Now we've got two darts in the side and a waist dart, and converted one big whopping dart into two small finesse darts. It will give more rounded shape and it will allow more space for your bust area. You could do this with a bodice block or from a pattern piece traced off. If this video wasn't for you, maybe you need a small bust adjustment, or you want to know how to make a particular type of dart, or if you've never made darts before and you're new in your sewing journey, there are lots of different videos that you can go and find out all about the construction of darts and how to put them together. I think it's important to understand that patterns have to come as a draft and they have to have a particular type of proportion, but we're all different, so we need to have the skills to change those patterns to our unique body shapes. Hopefully today's little tips and techniques might be something that you can choose from. There's a few different ones there, some quite complex, some quite easy to achieve. If you would like to look at some other Learn to Sew videos from us, then you can head over to Minerva's YouTube channel. There's lots of playlists there, Learn to Sew ones, sew alongs, pattern drafting, and also new fabrics and new patterns. It's a really inspirational place to get the next tip for your sewing journey. We'd love to see anything that you've made over on Minerva too, so you can head over there, make a free account and share your makes. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.